Hey, and welcome back to another review by Zombill. Today's review, we're going to be taking a look at 5 flavors that was sent on to me by way of the juice maker himself, Guru E-Juice, which can be found at this site that I'm pointing to, which is OKC Vapes. So you know how we roll a piece. We're going to go to OKC Vapes, get some pricing information, then we'll come back here and have ourselves 5 out of 6 Zombill. A 5 flavors vape off. So let's go to the website. And welcome to the brief online tutorial for Guru E-Juice. Now the only website to my knowledge that carries Guru E-Juice online is OKC Vapes. And of course you can find OKC Vapes at www.okcvapes.com. Now there are 6 flavors that you can choose from in the Guru E-Juice line, and that's Sluice Juice, Sinister, Camel RY4, Blueberry Crumble, and 4x4. Now your price range on these are going to be $18 because they come in a 30 milliliter green square type glass bottle, which you'll see in the review, and they come in Nic Strengths of 0, 3, 6, 12, and 18. And that'll do it for the brief online pricing tutorial for Guru E-Juice. Now, back to the review. Before I get started, I must point out that I did receive these free of charge for purpose of conducting a review, but my opinion of the products will remain true, honest, and accurate as I really like to look at these bottles too. Now these are 30 ml bottles, and you can see this one here, if I get it to clear up. There we go. Guru E-Juice, that says Camo, 30 ml, 6 milligrams. Keep with children and pets, and there's your ingredients. So we're going to start with Camo, and I have that loaded up in my iGo M, which has seen better days. And the iGo M is dual microcoiled to about 0.7 ohms, and I had that on my Qi in 18650 mode. So let's have a vape. Okay, so Camo is basically their version of an RY4. Now, in a lot of respects, this is, spot on to what the first RY4 actually tasted like. And that was made by a company called Runyon, and they were out of China. Because the original RY4 was more tobacco and with hints of caramel. So this is pretty spot on to the recipe that Runyon had years ago. So definitely homage to the original RY4. It's got its sweetness to it. It's not like drowning in sweetness though. I mean the caramel is there, but just enough to where it makes it a pleasant all-day vape. You definitely get more tobacco on this, which is why I say it's pretty spot on to what the original Runyon RY4 tasted like. And I had that almost 3 years ago, because I think that's when they were making it pretty exclusive. There wasn't too many people that were making RY4 back then. It's definitely a trend amongst juice makers now to make an RY4, but majority of the RY4s that come out of the United States are going to be more caramel than tobacco. So nevertheless, history lesson over. Flavor profile on this, I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10. It's typically not my style of vape because I don't really vape a whole lot of tobaccos, but I do vape this ever so often. I've found a couple other RY4s that are similar to this, but it's as good the way that it is. So 8 out of 10. And all day vape worthy, personally not to me, but I know that there's going to be people out there that would rave about this all day long. Throat hit is going to be a 6 out of 10 for mild, and a vapor production 9 out of 10 for consistency and plenty of it. Here we have Blueberry Crumble. And I have that loaded up in what I call the King Bobo. Now, King Bobo has a crown RDA on top, which is dual microcoiled to 1.2 ohms. And then, of course, it's the Bobo, which will be firing at 15 watts. It's nice to bring out the classics. So Blueberry Crumble is a lot like a blueberry muffin. To me, the blueberry and the pastry part is actually balanced, which makes it an even better vape, because you know there's going to be vapes out there that would have more blueberry than muffin, or more muffin than blueberry. But this one here to me is balanced. So this is definitely all day vape worthy to me. It's definitely got the fruitier blueberry than say a candied blueberry. So it's more or less like a blueberry muffin. Flavor profile on this, I give this a 9 out of 10. As I said, all day vape worthy, yes. Throat hit is going to be a 6 out of 10, that's my mild. And a vapor production, 9 out of 10 for consistency and plenty of it. So now we're going to Sinister. Ooh, Sinister. And I have Sinister loaded up in my Scion version 2, which the difference is the slots and the coil heads that are inside. Now this coil head that's in this is a 0.2 ohm coil head, and I'll be using it with the G-Taste TNT70, which is a regulated 4.2 mod. So Sinister it's a cinnamon toast is what it is basically, and the cinnamon is not overpowering at all. I love this vape. This is a killer vape because you get that. It's not like a cinnamon toast crunch cereal. It's more or less like, you know, you took a piece of bread, you put some butter on it, you toasted that, and then you sprinkled cinnamon with sugar on it. That's exactly what this reminds me of. And man, I had a lot of that growing up as a kid. So, flavor profile on this, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. All day vape worthy? Hell yes. Now, the throat hit. The throat hit's still a mild. It's a 6 out of 10. And that is the interesting part because this is a cinnamon vape. Usually, cinnamon vapes will make your vape harsh, but this is really smooth. Oh yeah, smooth. And then the vapor production, 9 out of 10 for consistency and plenty of sluice juice. Sluice juice. Sluice juice I have loaded up in the Arctic, which is by Horizon Tech, same people that make the Scion tank. And there's a 0.5 ohm bottom dual turbine coil in here. It's basically two coils ran in parallel as a vertical coil. Interesting. And I have that on my Caravella. Unlock it here. What's that vape? Okay, so sluice juice it's like a blueberry raspberry, but the thing I find interesting about this, and it doesn't say anywhere on the description for this. If you go to OKC Vapes and look at the description, it doesn't say what the coolness factor is. There's a touch of menthol in this. And that's good because I don't find too many blue raspberry menthol type vapes. But there's not a lot of menthol in here that's going to overpower it. It's just a bit, just to keep it cool and refreshing. So, flavor profile on this, I'm going to give this a 10 out of 10. This is very enjoyable, especially since I'm a big menthol enthusiast. I like a lot of fruity menthols. So, throat hit is going to be a 4 out of 10 because of the coolness factor. And the lower the throat hit to me, the better, because I go for more flavor than anything else. And of course, vape production, 9 out of 10 for consistency and plenty of it. Now we come to the best one out of the bunch, and that's 4x4. 4x4 I have loaded up in a 26-650. Get the words out of your mouth, Zombill. A 26-650 Stellaire, which is twisted 3-strand 30 gauge dual parallel coil. Say that 3 times fast. To, what is that, 0.37 ohms. And I have that on my Tesla 120 watt box mount. We're going to fire this at 63 watts. Now, we were talking about RY4s in the very beginning of this. Now we've come to another RY4. But this is a chocolate-infused RY4. So, in this one, there's not a whole lot of tobacco. There is, but there isn't. This is got hints of caramel, but it's got more chocolate than it does tobacco or caramel, which is fantastic. So profile on this, 10 plus out of 10. This is the best juice they sent me out of the 5. Throat hit is going to be a 6 out of 10. It's a mild. And vape production, 9 out of 10 for consistency and plenty of it. So there you have it, my peeps. That's 5 from Guru E-Juice, which you can find at okcvapes.com. You can also find them on Facebook, which I'm going to put right over here. To the juice maker at Guru. Ooh, man. Love that 4x4. But challenge for you. Come up with a chocolate custard that's as good as the 4x4. That's my challenge to you, sir. I hope you enjoyed the review. Please subscribe to my YouTube. And as always, my peeps and peepettes, let's cloud it up. Happy vaping.